What up, infidels? Welcome to another episode of Dangerous Brown Podcast, man. This is gonna be a weekly check-in. In the next coming weeks, I have my move, so May is gonna be a little interesting for Dangerous Brown. Just it's gonna be, I officially got my apartment in Austin, so you're gonna see a lot of white walls while I try to figure out what my Austin setup is gonna be. It's not gonna be as beautiful as this, obviously. I mean, look how gorgeous this place is. I'll be coming back home a lot. I'm just gonna be traveling more often now, I think, with my home base in Austin. So you'll see this set in the future for sure, but things are about to change here at Dangerous Brown. As we move forward, hopefully we can grow. We can keep growing. The sleeper cell is small but growing, as I like to say. With weekly check-in, like I said, I've said this on the Discord before. I do plan on doing a whole series about the rise and fall of the Soviet Union. I think that's interesting to me. I need time to do the research, sit down and have time to do the research. I'm doing a little bit here and there, but I'm just sort of gonna wait till after the move and I'm a little more settled down to start doing that. So that's something that you guys could look forward to. We can talk about that. I think I said this before. I'm gonna sort of lean into the history angle a little bit harder. Yeah, although I am leaning into it pretty hard. I think with current events in history, those are quality things to talk about. I'm moving to Austin for a year. I'm trying to see what that's like. It's a tough decision, especially now that California's reopening. I'm like, did I make the right one? What am I doing? And then no, it's like, you know what it is? I think I've said this before. I think I said this last time, bro. When you make a decision, you gotta jump. Jumping into a decision is way better than 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And so the decision has been made. I made it. Let me take that jump and let's see what Austin's talking about. Let's see what Austin's talking about. And the beauty of my life is I can just straight up move back if it's not working. But we'll see. We'll see what Rogan's Club is gonna be like. That's the big thing, right? If Rogan's Club is huge, then I'm glad I got in at the ground floor. If Rogan's Club is just another sort of road club like Comedy Store La Jolla, which is cool, which is a great club, but it's not necessarily something that you can build a career around, then I'll go back to LA and then figure it out from there. You know, it's all about what's it called? Sorry, I got a text. In this new world, it's all about being flexible. You know? You gotta things are in flux right now, so the ability to be flexible is probably the biggest asset here, in this life, or in this world right now. Especially when you're me, I'm not really that young. When you're young-ish, you have no kids. I have no girlfriends, shockingly. It's like the ability to be flexible is a superpower a lot of the times. That's why Elastigirl from The Incredibles. That's her name, Elastigirl, the mom? She's got the best superpower. She's flexible. That's such a good superpower. She's flexible physically. She's flexible mentally. She got that ass. The Mrs. Incredible has it all. Yeah. So that's the thing, man. When you're young and you're trying to come up in an art, flexibility is huge. Not being tied down is huge. Really, my biggest problem with Austin that I'm moving to is I had to sign a year-long lease because I just had to. When you're moving to a new city, at a certain point, you have to pull the trigger. You're not going to find anything perfect. So I pulled the trigger on a year-long lease. It is what it is, It is what it is. I pulled the trigger and I'm happy about it. If worse comes to worse, if things don't work out, I can find a subleaser for a couple months. So this is me just talking myself through my big move. Yeah, man. I fly out with my stuff on Friday, and then I'll come back in the middle of May to celebrate the end of Ramadan, and then I'll drive back with the rest of my stuff. So things are happening, man. Things are happening. I wish my parents lived in LA or something, so I'd never have to leave this house. This house is, incredible. So good. The problem with I mean, it's amazing. It's a house in the Silicon Valley in the lap of luxury. I mean, I'd be an idiot to. It's hard to leave. But you know what this is like? It's like a very comfy prison. I know that sounds very Ellen DeGeneres of me to say, because everybody would love to live in a prison like this, because it's not a physical prison at all. Oh my God, it's the furthest thing away from a physical prison. This is whatever a prison is physically. This is the exact opposite. This is comfortable. There's food. There's people who love me unconditionally. Like this is the best type of physical prison. It's a mental prison. That's what it is. Like. It's hard to do stuff. It's hard to, sometimes you need a little bit of edge to push you. And when you live in the lap of luxury, that edge really ain't there. At least in the way that I'm, where I don't have to pay rent, I don't have to pay for food. Like, the edge, man. You need that in your life. You need the edge. And I think Austin will give me that. It'll be a new place. I have to figure things out. It's outside of my comfort zone like a mother effer. It's like super outside my comfort zone. That's also a big part of life is you got to push those comfort zones, baby. Push those comfort zones, dude. Is that thing that you're doing that you're like, that kind of scares me, but it would probably be good for me in the long run? You got to do it. You got to, dude. You got to push that zone, bro. The comfort zone is pregnant. It's near some steps. You gotta push that. You gotta, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. You know the image I'm trying to portray. You gotta push it down some steps, baby. You gotta push that comfort zone. It's like a door, dude. Push it. Man. It's tough though. It's way easier to say push that comfort zone than it is to actually do it, right? There's a reason why it's called comfort zone. Like you can live your whole life without pushing it. But my question is like, can your life be fulfilled if you never push your comfort zones? Maybe I'm the wrong person to ask because I'm a guy who's constantly pushing what I'm comfortable in, like public speaking and all that sort of stuff and being on stage. Like that is a constant push of the comfort zone. So I sort of live in that world and I'm still trying to like push it even more, I mean, there's definitely like romantically, there was a time that I thought I was just going to live here for the rest of my career and then figure it out and travel constantly, That wasn't pushing my comfort zone at all. This is the comfortablest zone. But that's an interesting question. Can you live a fulfilled life without pushing comfort zones? Or will you always feel like something is missing because you never knew what else was out there? Is that part of being fulfilled is going out and finding things out? Or can you just find fulfillment in your own little bubble? Life is complicated, though. The answer is probably yes to both of those. The answer is probably like there's probably certain people that have lived a super fulfilled life without ever pushing any of their boundaries. And those people are probably really stupid. And life is better when you're stupid. For sure, right? Ignorance is bliss, so the happiest people are the dumbest people. I'm not saying I'm no genius or nothing, but like, I definitely read. And don't read. Reading gets in the way of your happiness because you learn ideas. This would be great propaganda. Don't read. You'll learn ideas. And ideas make your insides feel bad, make your head hurt. So I guess you could live a super fulfilled life while staying in your comfort zone as long as you're dumb. You gotta be dumb. That's the I think that's the key to life. The key to life is be stupid as hell. But the problem is, right? If you're stupid as hell, you're in your comfort zone, you're in your bubble, you're sort of shackled to your bubble, right? This is the problem, is that knowledge will set you free. So if you yearn for freedom, you can't be dumb. You got to be some sort of either street smart or book smart. You got to be some kind of smart. So it's like, would you rather be dumb, happy, and shackled, or freer, more fulfilled, but a little bit more susceptible to sadness? I could be wrong about everything I'm saying. But, you know, I'm just sort of, you know what it is. Just sort of talking through all this, talking through life, man. But yeah, moving to Austin. Basically, I'm moving to Austin, but I really wish I was just stupid. I think that's the sort of conclusion I've come up with through all this, through all the sort of stressfulness of this whole situation, and the excitingness of the situation. Is that, yes, I'm moving to Austin to further my career, but in reality, I just wish I was super duper dumb. Anyways, any jokes I want to? Okay, I got a couple of jokes I want to work through. I gotta talk it out here. So this is jokes that will end up in my act one day. I mean, I hope one day there's a freaking bee here that's freaking me out. I hope one day, basically, at least TikTok wise, I can do. You can see the podcast version of a bit and then a stand-up version of a bit. I think that would be cool. Anyways, what was I saying? Yes. Bit-wise. Oh, okay. What does this do with the fact? And I may have said it on here earlier, but before. But if I have, sorry. But, you know, I'm gonna say it again. I used to know this girl, right? This Muslim girl. I used to know this Muslim girl, and she was covered head to toe. Like, the only thing you could see was her eyes. She's one of those girls, right? And I definitely did this before. Oh, well, I'm gonna keep doing it. And so I used to know this covered Muslim girl, right? Only her eyes. And I never knew what her real face looked like, right? Ever. And we met. You know, she moved. What am I saying? She moved. She lives far away from me, so we've met a couple times in person, but I've only seen her on Instagram, right? And so recently she's done this thing where she's taken off the covering and she's showing her face. And she's like this, you know, it's time to show my face. It's been a while since I've, you know, shown my face, because she used to show her face publicly and then she stopped and now she's doing it again. But, like, every picture she posts has, like, 80 million filters on it. Like, it's so filtered up. And my point is, I still have no idea what her real face looks like. She's just, like, a little less covered up now. You know what it is? Filters are the hijabs of social media. That's all it is. Like, you're giving us a taste, but we're not actually seeing the whole thing. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want France to be consistent. I want France to ban filters then. If they're banning the hijab, ban the filter. That's what they are. That's what filters are. They're just like, yeah, people complaining, oh, should Sharia law coming to America? Bro, Facebook brought it here. Not even the Muslims. Zuckerberg. Good old Shah Zuckerberg. Ayatollah Zuckerberg-mani brought it over here. I think have I said this before? Either way, I'm sorry if I have, but I had to work through it again. It's weird, all this filter stuff, man. Especially because, like the filters are all over online dating profiles, and it can be a little misleading. Like, I've definitely met a couple girls off Bumble where you're like, oh, okay, so the Bumble picture was just like a ballpark of what your face looked like. And it's just weird. It's just weird, especially because, like, I'm open about my height on Bumble. Right? I'm 5'6". I don't lie about it. I just tell people like, hey, I'm 5'6". That's what it is before we even meet sometimes. Because I know because I met up with a girl on Bumble once, and then she saw me, and she just a look of just pure disappointment and just like I wasn't even a human being because I was shorter than her, which is fine. She's allowed to feel that way. It's totally okay. Body positivity is a one-way street. I ain't mad at it, man. That's just how it is. You know, the game is the game. I'm here to play it. But I think it's only fair if I'm upfront about my height, you got to be upfront about your face. I think that's a fair trade-off. I don't think that's too much to ask. I think that, like, hey, bro, if I'm telling you, like, this is my height, I should be at least able to see your face filterless. You can put makeup on there because I would see your face with makeup in person, but I'm not going to see your face, you know, with the lo-fi filter in person. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I'm upfront about my height, you got to be upfront about my face. That's going to be a whole different set of challenges, like, when I tell my, like, future son about dating. I got to be like, hey, kid, there are plenty of fish in the sea, but some of those fish are catfish. And then also, some of those fish are also, like, these weird fake fish profiles that try to get your credit card information. Son, if you match with someone and you think, oh, this is too good to be true, it probably is. She's, like, way out of the league of all the girls I normally match with, then, hey, she probably is. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't think anyone would argue with me at that point. If I'm upfront about my height, you got to be upfront about your face. That's why I am liking, like, Minder and stuff, like the Muslim, because when it's all Indian people, chances are I'm taller than the women. Chances are. More likely than not. So, white girls, y'all are tall. White girls be tall, dude. It's all the spoils from conquering. You get height as well. No one talks about that. It's funny. Oh, man. I like to make fun of white people. It's funny to me. They get mad, especially on TikTok. Who's worse? Liberal snowflakes or conservative snowflakes? Who's worse? Because I go back and forth on it quite a bit. They're both very similar. You know, in certain ways. They're both very, like... They're both very anti-free speech. But I don't know. Because, like, when liberal snowflakes are at their worst, they, like, cancel things and make things, like, unavailable culturally. Which is, you know, a dangerous precedent to set. But then when, like, conservative snowflakes get mad, they, like, storm the Capitol. So, like, they both just, like, really suck. You know? I don't know. Who's worse? Who's worse? They're both not upfront about. They're both lame. You know, I guess people would see me as more of a liberal snowflake because I'm left-leaning and I rail against the police. But I'm very much for free speech. That's the thing. I'm a big free speech guy. You're allowed to say whatever you want. And both sides are very anti that. Right? Like, liberal snowflakes are very, like, culture war, thought policey. You gotta act, you gotta think a certain way. And then, like, conservative snowflakes are, like, they get mad if you use facts that hurt their feelings. You know what I mean? Like the MyPillow guy, his free speech social media bans certain words. That's the thing. They're both very, very pro censorship, which makes me not like them. Because to me, that's where I stand. The biggest thing is free speech, education, environment. Those are like the three things that I care about the most. And healthcare, I guess. But free speech is huge. Free speech is huge, bro. When you lose that, you lose a lot. That's why a lot of places ban it, because free speech gives you some new thoughts and new ways to think. And like I said, thoughts are dangerous. Ideas are dangerous, man. Ideas can bring empires down, dude. Ideas are freaking dangerous, bro. It's insane. It's insane. People get killed for ideas. That free speech stuff it's because the problem with defending free speech is here's the toughest part about defending free speech that no one who complains on social media about free speech really does is that free speech means that the other side from your opinion is allowed to have a platform, and that's what people can't deal with. People are like, oh, free speech, like, you know, you'll hear it on liberals, not so much, because liberals are okay with thought policing, but you'll hear it on conservative, like, sort of sites like, oh, it's all about free speech, but then try having a dissenting opinion on, like, the conservative subreddit. Try having a dissenting opinion and see how fast you get shut down. People say they like free speech, but they don't walk the walk, dude. That's why I get a lot of hate comments on TikTok. I don't delete any of them, because they are allowed to hate me. Now, I have deleted, like, sometimes people find my address. I've definitely deleted those. I delete any of my personal information where people, like, sometimes people reference my sister, and it's like, okay, I'll delete that. But, like, yo, your opinion is like, bro, if you hate me, I ain't gonna delete it. People say they love free speech, but, you know, do they? My favorite thing is when people complain about free speech on social media. It's like, bro, you have free speech. You're complaining about it on social media. Try going to North Korea and doing that. I want to talk freely about my president. It's like, bro, you are doing that. You're not mad that you don't have free speech. You're mad that you don't have influence. You're mad that, like, oh, my thoughts don't have influence in the world like other people's thoughts do. Other people who think different things than me do. And then you're like, oh no, that's an attack on my free speech. No, that's just an attack on you that you put on yourself. What you're saying isn't that interesting. It's okay. What I'm saying isn't that interesting. That's why this podcast ain't big. It might get there though. But no, you know what? Fuck might. I'm trying to be an optimist. It will get there, though. But that's because I'm working on having a thing to say. It's tough. You know, that's why I get mad at, like, I do get mad when, like, TikTok censors some of my stuff because, you know, because I think it's lame that TikTok censors some stuff, especially with, like, the content that's out there. But as I was just saying about, I hate when people complain about free speech on social media, and I'm here complaining about free speech on social media. I don't know, man, but it's like you gotta let the other side have room to speak, man. I truly believe this. The reason why white supremacy is coming back with a vengeance, or has in the last couple of years, is because they've been silenced. And so when they're silenced, the ideas fester in your mind, and they become stronger and reinforced. If you say them out loud, they're out. There's a great line in a song. It's called "Breathe" by Anna Nalick. Breathe, 3 a.m. or something like that. And what does the line go? 3 a.m. Here, hold on. Let me look at the lyrics. Just really, because it applies to more than like just hold on. 3 a.m. lyrics, because this is obviously about it's a lyric about her writing the song that she's writing, but I gotta find it, Jesus. But it applies to just thoughts in general. And then it's breathe 2 a.m. not 3 a.m. My bad. All right, here we go. I'm waiting for it to load. Okay. 2 a.m. and I'm still awake writing this song. If I get it all down on paper, it's no longer inside of me, threatening the life it belongs to. I'll read it again. 2 a.m. and I'm still awake writing a song. If I get it all down on paper, it's no longer inside of me, threatening the life it belongs to. It's huge, man. You gotta let these. If there's no outlet to say what you want to say, that stuff festers and poisons you. You can't silence people, man. That shit's bad. Sometimes you gotta let people get the poison out. Oh, but sometimes speech incites violence. No, I think violent people are just looking for an excuse to be violent. No, that's not right, because I'm here saying how ideas are powerful, so you can accept that in people's minds. But I'm not saying there shouldn't be consequences for what you say, but I think you should be allowed to say it. Now, how people react is a whole different thing. But deplatforming someone, that's dangerous, man. That's only gonna reinforce people's beliefs. Because if you let people have that sort of free marketplace to exchange ideas, sure, their ideas might get out there, but the opposing ideas might get in. That's what social media kind of does poorly, is that it gives you a bubble of what you want to hear, and it shouldn't do that. There needs to be some kind of true social media where that shows you the opposing viewpoint as well. Like every once in a while, it's got to sprinkle in opposing viewpoints. Otherwise, you'll get lost in the sauce. You'll get lost in your own sauce. That's the tough part about free speech, is that people don't wanna hear the opposing viewpoint. It's like, bro, that's bad. You got to. I've always equated this like this. It's like about how politics would be way easier if everyone just admitted that what they believed in was wrong. I know you have moral arguments for what you believe in, but somewhere out there's a big group of people that think what you believe is wrong, no matter how humanitarian you think it is. Oh, everyone should have free healthcare. Well, there's a whole swath of people in this world that believe, hey man, poor people shouldn't have healthcare. And that is a truth and a reality for them. And that is what they believe. And so you have to realize, what you believe in is wrong. It just is to certain people. And then from there's progress. From when you realize that, hey man, maybe I ain't shit, you can progress from there. Because I ain't shit. I'll say things with conviction, but I don't know if they're right. Dude, I just talk to talk on this podcast. Bro, one of my clips went viral on TikTok again, months after I posted it. It's about me talking about cops streaming on Twitch. And people were like, bro, you didn't really think this idea out. It's like, yeah, bro, it's a joke. Of course I didn't think this idea out. Well, you think I sat with a piece of paper and planned out oh, cops should be on Twitch? No, man, I was just talking and I stumbled into something that I thought was funny. Of course I don't think of course I don't what? Of course it's not a good idea. But it's a joke. Well, who are these people that go around explaining jokes and why people bullet point by bullet point explain why it wouldn't work? And it's bro, are you the lamest person at parties? Where you break down jokes constantly in front of people on why a joke isn't real? Duh, dude. Of course it's not a good idea in practicality. It's funny, though. Because Officer Jenkins, dude. That's what you gotta watch YouTube. That's my face. That's how I feel about all you people like commenting on like how this would work in reality. Have you seen all the duets? Aren't they all super funny? Yeah, because they're just tagging the joke. That's how comedy works. Here's a premise, go ahead and tag it. I wish some of y'all would actually tag me in your duets. That was those stitches, I guess. Oh no, it automatically tagged you. But either way. Duh, dude. Of course it's not actually a good idea. Of course it wouldn't work in reality. You know what else wouldn't work in reality? A board game that transports you to a magical world of Jumanji. That won't work in reality. It's just a fun idea someone thought of. Now, I'm not saying my idea is Jumanji. It's just a fun idea I riffed on. I'm not saying, mine's that good. It's just a stupid idea. But I was just riffing on it. So, But like I said, I'm not going to delete any of the negative comments. I just find it like, man, how stupid. How stupid are you people? I'm just going to say that. How stupid are you? To believe that, like, I sat down and thought this through. Oh, you didn't think this through, did you, idiot? Yeah, I didn't, dumbass. I literally just said it. That's the point of a podcast. Sometimes you just riff on an idea. Also, if you're going to say you're an idiot, spell it right. Since we're on the subject. So many Y-O-U-R an idiot. Hey, spell it correctly. Don't call someone dumb if you can't figure out basic grammar. I mean, come on, people. I expect better from you. I shouldn't. I don't expect anything better from the internet. I don't know if I should make this a clip. I should. David Paul, let me know if I should make that segment a clip on the people who think that I was being serious. No, the reality is that there should definitely be the body cams of the cops should definitely be held by an independent board if they are. I don't know how they're held. I don't know. Oh, you didn't do any research. No, of course I didn't do any research. Who does fucking research? No, but the idea of streaming it live to hold people accountable is really funny. That's all it was. It was a funny idea. But, a lot of my stuff gets on the side of... A lot of my stuff is like, people hate me for it. It's so funny. I'm good at the controversy, man. People like to dislike me. It's the way I talk. It's because I talk all cocky with no reason to talk cocky. You feel me? That's why. Twitch, like I'm reading the comments. Twitch is mostly used by children. I don't feel like seeing my little siblings like cop stop a drug ring or shoot someone. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Maybe I wasn't being serious, homie. Jesus Christ. This is probably bad for my mental health to read all the comments, but I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, baby. Living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with two. All right. Let's see what else I got to talk about. Oh man, maybe I'm getting too loud. Hopefully this isn't busting your ears. I just looked at my thing. Let me bring up the news here. Let me talk about what's been going on in the news recently. Steph Curry. That's sports news. Steph Curry is fucking dominating. Good for him, man. People just be disrespecting Steph Curry. That's one of the greatest players of all time, Is he? And remember at the start of the season, people were like, "Oh, he's done." Not done. All right. Let's see what happened this week. Gotta refresh here. News. Oh wow, the Chauvin was less than a week ago. Oh yeah. Here we go. This was This is a sort of political news that's been happening. Biden wants to expand the Supreme Court. The Democrats want to expand the Supreme Court, which, in my mind, is the dumbest idea I've heard in a while. And I did the whole cops on Twitch video. Expanding the Supreme Court is dumb as hell. First of all, I feel like it's very hypocritical for the Democrats to be like, bro, you got to accept the results of the election, and then to be like, well, we're not going to accept the results of the Supreme Court. It's like, hey, Democrats, it's not my fault. It's not the world's fault that you couldn't field a candidate in 2016 that could beat Donald fucking Trump. That's on you. You ran Bernie out of town for no reason. You cheated Bernie out of a win for no reason. Deal with the consequences. Expand the Supreme Court. Get out of here. Take your L on that one. You lost. Well, you're going to expand it, and so in the future, when the Republicans have control again, they're going to expand it, and then eventually there's going to be like 1 million judges in the Supreme Court. Get out of here, bro. If you want real reform, give these judges term limits. That's real reform. We don't need these. What have these judges earned? How's it? What have these judges done to earn an appointment for life? Get out of here, bro. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was born in 1933. She died in 2020. Why is she Why is she making decisions on the internet? She was born before World War II. That's insane. Let her retire. Let her rest. Instead, we had to bring her back to life 4 times for whatever reason. Get out of here, bro. The judge that held her seat beforehand was some guy who judged until 1993. He was a judge until 1993. He was a first-round draft pick in the 1938 NFL draft. Get out of here. You shouldn't be judging modern problems. I'm tired of these old-ass people in our government. Get them out of here. Give them term limits. Give them two 7-year terms or something. Give them that. But get a lifetime appointment so we have just some old out of touch person deciding the future. I don't like it when old people drive, let alone, decide on what's legal or not for the entire United States, bro. I'm done with these. Bro, if the next Supreme Court judge has no idea how TikTok works, I'm out. I'm out. All these just irrelevant ass people making decisions. The 2020 election was the perfect example. They're both the crypt keeper. We have to decide between the two. Crypt, get out of here, bro. If you want real Supreme Court reform, give them term limits. Do not add more judges. The last thing the American legal system needs to be is more bloated. America's so obese that even our Supreme Court is bloated. Get out of here with the we need more judges. No, you lost. Deal with it. Deal with it. Well, it's good to know that neither side can deal with it. No, the Republicans nor the Democrats know how to deal with it. Just lose, dude. Just lose, Just be like, oh man, maybe we aren't really doing what's best for the people, considering that the people voted against us. Deal with it, dude. Fucking deal with it. I hope it doesn't go through. That would be absolute insanity if it went through. All right. Let's see if there's any more going on here. Oh yeah. In good news, there was 100 showed up to Nebraska to win the fight over the name. They had they were all named Josh, and they all had like a fight to see who got to be the best Josh. I think they did like rock paper scissors, and then a fight with foam swords, and then a 4-year-old won. A 4-year-old won the best Josh in the country, and they gave him a little crown, and it was it was nice. It was nice. That's some good news. Let's see what else is going on. Ghislaine Maxwell, Ghislaine. Pleads no guilty to sex trafficking charges. Good luck, bitch. Probably shouldn't have sex trafficked, huh? If you don't want to go to jail for sex trafficking, if you don't want to go to jail for sex trafficking, you probably shouldn't traffic minors for sex. Maybe you know what? I'm not very smart. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing in that plan. Maybe a bunch of you are listening to this like, bro, Hassan, you're an idiot. Have you ever tried not trafficking minors for sex? That's too hard. You got to do it. Maybe I'm very naive to the world. But it seems like to me, if you don't want to go to jail for trafficking minors, you probably shouldn't traffic minors. Call me crazy, but that's just how my insane mind sees the world. I'm outside the box like that. Yeah, she's just complaining. Oh, she's complaining. Maybe you shouldn't, kidnap children. Just a thought. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else that's going on? Let's see what's going on in the world. I'll look at world news. I should have done this beforehand, but fuck it. We'll do it live, See what's going on in the world. Oh yeah, India's getting screwed with COVID, huh? Oh, India's getting screwed with COVID. The one thing that has become abundantly clear is that the vaccines work, man. They truly work. At least in the short term. We'll see what they do long term. Maybe in 6 months from now, we'll all have 3 arms. But, they work. They work. I went to Texas. No one's wearing a mask. No one's doing anything. And the numbers are going down. That's because I think, A, Texas, a lot of people had it in the first go-around. A lot more people than people realized. And then, B, vaccines work. People are vaccinated. And plus, probably a lot of the people getting it now probably just have, normal cold symptoms and aren't getting tested. Because why would you get tested with normal cold symptoms? I think we're going to get to the point where cold and corona are going to be very similar. Whereas this is just something that you get regularly. And if you're weak enough, they will kill you. A common cold can kill people that are weak. Or have pre-existing conditions or are old. It's unfair to call old people weak. Because they made it to being old. It is interesting that people, think old people as weak. And it's like, bro, they made it to 70. That's a lot more than a lot of other people can say. I'm looking at you, St. Jude's children. I'm just... You weak cancer-having kids, dude. I'm looking at you, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Weak asses. I'm just... Jesus. Let's see. Pfizer's testing a pill that could be the first ever home cure for COVID-19. That would be dope. Indian journalist who reported rape of minority community girl handcuffed to hospital bed, not allowed to use toilet. Hey, India, good for you, huh? Just constantly just proving that you're ready for the modern world. Twitter is blocking tweets that criticize how the Indian government has handled the pandemic. Hey, Twitter, fuck you. Clearly, hey, well, Oh, this is what I want to talk about. Here we go. This is what I'll end it with. The Academy Awards happened. And boy, did I not watch. Man, I used to love the Academy. I watched it every year because I want to see who wins. And now it's just so... dude, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't. First of all, I don't want to hear these sanctimonious freaking celebrities talk about how we should live our lives. Where it's like, bro, you don't know what a normal person lives like at all. I don't even know what a working class person looks like. Look at the background of my house. It's amazing. But I'm not going to tell the working class how to live their life because I'm not an asshole. That was maybe an asshole thing to say. What I just said. What I just said came from a point of privilege. But still, whatever. You know what I mean? oh, you should live your life like this. Oh, really? Joaquin Phoenix? You know how I should live my life? Didn't Joaquin Phoenix last year say that, like, cows have the same plight as black people? And it's like, what does that even mean? People they're just out there. Like, also, this year's Academy Award just blew, man. Like, the winner, I read the list of the winners afterwards, and I'm this close to not even doing that anymore. Nomadland won. Nomadland. That was the most boring movie. Nomadland sucked, dude. I get it was all artsy, like, ooh, look at this woman shit in a bucket. Sure, fine. I get the artsy part of it, but it was not entertaining at all. How am I supposed to feel? Oh, sure, her family died, but look, she lives this nomadic life, which she had many opportunities to get out of, and she chose not to. So I can't feel that bad for her. 2 separate people reached out and was like, hey, come live with us and get back on your feet. And she's like, no. Okay, sure, I guess I'll keep watching you poop in a bucket. Fine. And then they portrayed Amazon like some sort of good guy in the film. Like, oh, God. Did it win just... is that what movies are now? They're just going to be Amazon propaganda? And if you're going to make Amazon propaganda, why is it so boring? Make better propaganda. How boring is that even the propaganda is boring? How lame is that? The propaganda is boring now. It's the worst, dude. It's the worst. I mean, someone needs to, like, come up with, like, an award system where they, like, reward, like, movies that fans like. But, like, as prestigious as the Oscars. But it's just, like, you know, best movie is Avengers Endgame. Because, you know, that's the culmination of years worth of writing in the most ambitious movie universe ever created. And it was awesome. And that should win a prestigious award. Get off your high horse, Academy. Oh, it's a superhero movie. Yeah, well, it's way better than Nomadland. I'll never forget this. This is 2 years ago now. 1919 was won Best Special Effects. Great movie. It did not have better for special effects than Avengers Endgame. I'm sorry. At no point were the 2 people in 1917, sorry. Were the 2 people in 1917 running through the war and then fucking Spider-Man hopped out of a portal? Dude, the Academy Awards are so boring. I guess not the Academy, but Nomadland. Jesus Christ. My mom fell asleep during that movie. I remember that. At a certain point, I remember being like, when is something gonna happen? All right. We're at 48 minutes. I think that's good enough. Friday there'll be another episode, or Thursday. There's gonna be a special episode coming out soon. I have to figure out when. But yeah, guys. So you might get an episode Friday. You might get an episode Thursday. We'll see. But Infidels, it was good checking in with y'all. Share the podcast with your friends. The Sleeper Cell is small but growing. Join my Discord if you haven't already. Donate to Wikipedia. I haven't pushed that in a minute, but we're at 115. I gotta get my TikTok. My TikTok live donations have hit $50. So, I'm gonna take that out and donate half of that to Wikipedia. So we'll be at 140. I'm happy with that. All right, guys. Infidels. I'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye.